Hello everyone, in this tutorial we will create the breakable glass. You can see when this car fall down by the gravity and then hit the ground, this car will break this glass by the impact. And when we hit another car, glass of the window of the car can break and spawn the Niagara particle. We find our destructible vehicle project. Continue from the last project. Open. We need to transform this project to C++ project because we have to add the plugin to this project. So go to Tool, New C++ class, Choose Character, Next, and Public, and then create class. And click OK. Yes. I use Visual Studio 2022. Now we can close this project and close this. Create new folder, name it plugins. Then find our City sample project, go to plugin, copy this broken glass effect plugin, Ctrl C, and copy it to this plugin. Then right click, generate Visual Studio project files. We have to regenerate it when we add any code to the project. Open this Visual Studio Code. We can expand this and we have this plugin inside the project. Let's run this project. And go to content browser and we see this is the plugin of that we just added. Then find the City sample project and open that project. When you finish all this series, you can create the destructible vehicle without any source code that is related to the City sample. Go to Effect and Material, non-material, we go to Vehicle and open Niagara, broken glass. We have this broken glass Niagara system. And this is a really complex Niagara system. So we only need to migrate it. Right click, Asset Action, Migrate. And we disable this chaos classes. Disable this crowded. And disable this Niagara and traffic. Click OK. and find our destructible vehicle project. Go to content and then select folder, and we copy this Niagara system. And then from this effect and vehicle, go to broken glass. Inside this vehicle car 3, we have the door front L transition. It is the glass of the vehicle. From this vehicle 3, right click and then migrate. Disable this crowd and this Niagara and traffic, and click OK. Then select folder, and we have the asset that already migrated. So click yes all to override it. And now we can see the effect inside our project Niagara and this broken glass. We have to found this Niagara to test this effect. Go to blueprint and then add new folder, name it Niagara glass, and open this. Create new blueprint actor, name it Niagara glass actor, and open. And then we add the cube for us to make it easier to spot the location of the Niagara that spawn, and set the scale to 0.25. Scroll down to collision, select custom and ignore all. Go to city sample project and go to vehicle, blueprint, and vehicle destruction. From the last project, we work on the deformation, and this one is destruction. And we close all of this function. And open the event. Open this found glass particle local. And first, we copy this broken glass map parameter. Go to event, create a new custom event, name it found glass, and then paste it. And copy this, add Niagara particle system component, and paste it here. After that, we copy this broken glass struct and all of this. Set Niagara static mesh component and the variable. Copy, Control C, and Control V. Move it here, and we connect it to this broken glass struct. Connect the spawn class to add Niagara particle and connect the class effect to the set Niagara static mesh component. And this one connect it to option 0 and option 2, option 1. And disconnect this velocity and set the Z to 100. Delete this body impact. And the parameter is fall to the shot. Then add variable. The variable name is broken glass effect data asset. And variable type is broken glass data set template and object reference. And then we get this broken glass data set and get broken glass map parameter and promote this to variable. Connect it to the spawn class and add Niagara particle and promote this bow name to variable. And class effect, we add variable. We call bullet impact track, and this data class with a single shot, we add variable. And we can compile this data class with a single shot, set it to true. For this broken glass effect data set, select this we call 3 data set. And then click on Niagara particle system, choose broken glass Niagara system. Open this data set and this broken glass parameter. Copy this bold name, door front L trends, and pass it to this bold name. Then compile and save. Let's go to vehicle and blueprint, deformable. On the event graph, in the begin play, we delay it for 1 second. Then spawn actor from class and choose Niagara class. Then split this struct pin and promote this return value to variable. Name it Niagara. Set this Niagara location. Get actor location. Get actor forward vector. And get actor up vector. And add pin. In the forward vector, we multiply it with the float. Convert this to float 1000. And add it to the actor location, multiply, convert to float, and this one is 200. We connect it to the new location because we want it to spawn in front of the vehicle and a little bit above the ground. And then find key I, this one, event key, and when we press, we get Niagara and call spawn class. Call is valid and only call this event when it have the Niagara that we already spawned in the begin play. And then let's play, and we see the Niagara glass actor spawn in front of this car. When we press I, we spawn this glass, but the window of the car have the wrong material for this. You can see the rectangle material on it because this material is having some error. So let's go to vehicle car, vehicle 3, and we can see this door front L trends. Search for this location, open it, and this material having some problem. We have to find the parent material of this, and we have this error from the function game broken glass material function. And we can find this material function in the effect and vehicle. Then click on this Niagara. Click on this material and open this game broken glass material function. And we can see this is the unspecified function. So choose normal string. MF normal string. And connect RGB to the normal and this string. And then save. We can go to this MI vehicle 3 8 fracture, and we don't have any error. But we still don't have the proper material, so search for the parent of this material. Let's close all of this first. And MV window, and the parent of it is glass windshield, and then MV glass thin, and we don't have any problem here. And we open this MV glass, and we have some error that missing material function from this vehicle imperfection. Open this vehicle imperfection material function, and we can see there is missing the function here, and we can disconnect this and connect directly to the multiply without multiply this variation. disconnect it to the multiply and cancel. Now we don't have any error. Let's go to the MIV we call 38 and we see that it is working perfectly fine, and go back to the door front L trends in this material. This is the glass that is fracture and we don't have any error, so we can close it and let's play test. And we need to compile the shader first. Wait for this 1500 shader to compile completely. Do you know what is compiling shader? When Unreal compile a shader, it takes the combination sets of modular instructions you have set up in the material editor and generates an ALSL shader that the engine can use to render your frame. So it's not as simple as that, of course, but that is the general idea. This is what I found from searching the Google. You may have to close this project and then open this project again. You may spend shorter time to compile the shader. When you make the change for the material, you have to compile the shader. And now you can see this preparing shader. It is 1%. And do not close your engine. You can close, but the shader will not compile when you close. Let's play test. And now we spawn the Niagara glass. When we press I, found this glass breaking effect. And the shape of this effect is the same as the front door glass. And before we continue, we go to deformable. Set this SM or transform visible, set it to true to show this glass. And then if you have any collision problem for the wheel of the vehicle, can go to this vehicle movement component and wheel trace collision and set this vehicle to ignore. And let's compile. Now you can see this glass and right click, create child blueprint class. The child blueprint class, set the name to BP vehicle base destruction and can open the level blueprint and delete this reference. Delete this two vehicle. The name reset BP vehicle base. Delete this deformable to destruction and drag this destruction vehicle to this scene and another one. Click on this vehicle and create reference. Make it to impound. Now open this destruction and we need some function from the city sample project. Go to city sample project and open the vehicle destruction. Then expand this function. Copy this determine glass unbreakable glass visible and go to event graph. Paste this function and promote this unbreakable glass component. Create variable. This one create variable. Let's compile. And then copy that material damage render target. Copy it and paste it here. And the next function is found glass particles local. Copy and paste it here. Click confirm. Delete and promote this to variable. Broken glass, create variable. And the glass effect, create variable. And this set the glass with a single shot. Compile. Go close this function. Go to event graph. And we see in the city sample project, first we need to initialize the class. So copy this initialize event and then paste it here and confirm. And promote this broken glass is initialized to variable. And delete this bound local vehicle sensor generate MID. Because we not yet generate this texture for the make texture of the vehicle. And let's compile. And we get some of the error. Click on it and create variable. For the variable that we are missing. So waste MID and the make texture. Compile. Back to event. And city sample project. This event on glass break. Copy it to this found glass particle local. And we no need to call this parent, and we don't have the audio yet, so we don't need to copy it. Control C and Control V here. Let's compile. And this is our variable. We need to set it into the correct category. So click on this unbreakable glass component. Set the component to FX. And then broken glass is initialized. Set it to FX category. Enable broken glass, FX. Initial array of glass to remove, FX. Shatter glass with a single shot, FX. And another thing is set it to component. We set this class found to component, broken glass component, broken glass effect, glass component array, vehicle surface MID, and the make texture. For the spawn glass bullet hit bones, we set it to true and enable glass, enable breaking glass, set it to true. Shatter glass with single shot, set it to true. And broken glass effect data set, we set it to vehicle car, vehicle 3 data set. And click on the spawn, add Niagara particle spawn, set it to broken glass Niagara system. You can see that when the vehicle hit and then we delete this SM all trends and spawn the glass part by part for the door and the line by using this broken glass effect data set. Here is the bone name and the static mesh that they need to spawn. And then we can break this glass one by one. For the deformation, we no need to spawn this Niagara actor. This is just for debug. And now let's play test. We move it and hit this vehicle. We can see the glass that break. Even the backlight of this vehicle also break too. And when it break, it spawn the Niagara particle. Here is the glass that break when it hit. And not only the vehicle with vehicle that can break the glass, you can move it up and then rotate it 180 degrees. And then let's play test. You can see it break the glass when it's hit the ground. And this is the end of our tutorial for this breakable glass or destructible glass. In the next tutorial, we will create the simulation for our car mirror and the door of the vehicle by creating the custom anim graph node. It's really helped me a lot when you hit like, because YouTube will recommend this tutorial to other people that want to create this destructible vehicle system. And thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.